Good morning students, welcome to GOUTAM'S classes. Today our topic is exercise 4.2. In this exercise we shall solve all the questions today, and let me tell you, in our previous class we discussed about factorization method, why it works, and how it helps you to factorize the quadratic polynomial and find out solution of a quadratic equation. We derived quadratic formula also using factorization method, and at the end we used an example to solve by factorization method. Today we shall apply in this whole exercise. This whole exercise deals with factorization method only, as you can see on screen in the instruction of the questions. Okay, so let me give you a recap. In the previous class we talked about factorization method, and there we were splitting the middle term of the quadratic polynomial. This is a quadratic equation, standard form of quadratic equation. Bx is the middle term. Bx has to be split into two terms, mx and nx, and m plus n is equal to b. No doubt, if you split bx into mx plus nx, m plus n has to be b, m plus n has to be equal to b. And we also understood that m into n must be equal to product of the leading coefficient and the constant term. This thing we understood in the last class, and taking care of these two conditions we solved quadratic equation by splitting the middle term. Okay, so that thing we shall apply today. Here I have written also m plus n must be equal to b, mn has to be equal to ac. Also we understood that individually value of m and n we can calculate by these two formula, and we can directly place when we split the middle term into two parts. Okay, so let us start. In the first question, as you can see on screen, the instruction is solve all the quadratic equations by factorization method. I have written already first bit and second bit of question number 1. Let us solve them. So students, you can see first question is x square minus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. You must see that this is in proper order or not. Proper order means ax square plus bx plus c is the standard form of quadratic polynomial, where the leading term is ax square, means the term with x square. The term with x is the second term, and there is no x in the last term, which is also called constant term. Constant term is placed at end. This is the proper order. In standard form we have the right order of the quadratic polynomial. So in this order we must see if the quadratic polynomial is present or not. Is it present? Yes, the term with x square is in the first place, term with x is in the second place, constant term is in the third place. If it is not in this order, if it is given in other order, then you have to arrange it like this, okay, as it is here. For example, suppose I give you minus 3x and plus 10, and then I write plus x square. This is not in right order. The term with x square has to be placed in the beginning, then the term with this you place it in the second place, and the constant term should be placed at the end, so there will be no mistake. Once you have arranged the quadratic polynomial in this order, in the order of the standard form of quadratic polynomial, you will be able to split the middle term and factorize it and find the solutions without any mistake. Okay, so it is already in order, it is already in the form of standard form of quadratic polynomial, so we shall start splitting the middle term. See how I split. Implies that I will split the middle term into two parts. As I said, the two parts will be m and n, carrying coefficients m and n. Sum of m and n has to be equal to b, means who is b here? Minus 3. So m plus n must be equal to minus 3, and product of m and n must be equal to product of a and c. Who is a? The leading coefficient. Who is that? The coefficient of x square is 1. So 1 into who is c? Minus 10. Minus 10. So 1 into minus 10 is minus 10. Means product of the two numbers, means m and n, which we will write in place of the middle term, should be equal to minus 10, and sum should be minus 3. Now your task is to find two numbers m and n. Okay, for that we start with the product. Product is minus 10. Forget minus for some time. Take 10. You can repeatedly divide 10 to get the prime factorization, or you can find factors of 10 by writing 10 in different ways. 2 into 5 gives you 10, 1 into 10 gives you 10. There is no other way. Now what you have to see? You must see that by taking which pair of number you are getting 3. Okay, this pair of number, upon addition or subtraction, whatever you do, you will not get 3. By adding or subtracting 2 and 5, will you get 3? Yes. By having addition or subtraction between 2 and 5, we can get 3. Difference of 5 and 2 will give us 3. So our selected pair of number is 2 and 5. Correct? 2 and 5. Now 2 and 5 is locked. Let's see. Product of 2 and 5 gives you 10. We want minus 10. So it is clear that either 2 or 5 has to be negative. So let me take 5 as negative and 2 as positive. Yes, I can get minus 10. Correct. Now if I take 2 as negative and 5 as positive, also I can get a minus 10. But in both cases we get minus 10. In which case we will get minus 3 as their sum. Suppose you take minus 5 and 2 and add them. Let us add minus 5 plus 2. Is it giving you minus 3? Yes, it is giving minus 3. So we will take minus 5 and 2 as m and n. That's clear. By taking minus 2 and 5, you don't get minus 3. You will get plus 3. I can show you that. Minus 2 plus 5. It gives you 3. So this is not the right pair. This is our right pair. Minus 5 and 2. Got it? So first thing is, write 10 as a product of two numbers in as many ways as possible. Then check in which case you get the difference or sum equal to b. Then you get the selected pair. You get a selected pair. You get the right pair of numbers that will be taken as m and n. But at the same time, now you will deal with symbols. When you talk about symbols, go to the product. What is the symbol you see? If it is positive, then both of them has to be positive or both of them has to be negative. If the product is negative, one of them has to be positive, one of them has to be negative. So accordingly, then you can get. Okay. So let me write minus 5 and 2 in place of middle term. X square in place of middle term, I will directly take minus 5 and 2. Minus 5 is m and minus 2 is suppose n. Minus 5 with x, write it like this. And then 2 means plus 2, write with x. Minus 5x plus 2x gives you 3x. So we have broken 3x into minus 3x into two parts. Minus 5x and plus 2x. And minus 10 is here. As it is, keep it as it is. Now from the first group of terms, if we take common, what will be the common thing? X. X is left, minus 5 is left in the second term. From these two parts, 2 can be taken common, x is left and minus 5 is left, equals 0. So you see, we have the same binomial left in both the parts. In case you don't get the same binomial, it means somewhere you have made a mistake while calculating there. Okay, make it sure. So x minus 5 is the now binomial which comes common from these two parts. And what is left after x minus 5 is taken common? You are left with x and plus 2. X plus 2. Factorization of the quadratic polynomial is over. Now you will find out the zeros. So write either x minus 5 equals to 0 or x plus 2 equals to 0. Product of two polynomials here has been shown as 0. So either this polynomial is 0 or this polynomial is 0. So I wrote, and x is equal to, now you get 5, and here x is equal to, you get minus 2. These are your solutions. You can write, this is alpha and beta. So the solutions are alpha is equal to 5 and beta is equal to minus 2. These are our solutions. X is 5, x is minus 2. So we got the solution of the quadratic equation by factorization method. We split the middle part in this way and we got it, right? Here, one more thing, let me tell you, factorization method is also known as the method of splitting the middle term, because we split the middle term, correct? Let's go for double I. In case you are feeling difficulty in writing factors of 10, the product, or going to divide 10 repeatedly and then getting value of m and n, you can directly calculate the value of m and n, the values of m and n using this formula, okay? Now have a look. In this question, it is in standard form. Yes, it is. It is in ax square plus bx plus c form, right? Which is standard form of our quadratic polynomial. So we don't have to arrange it. Now let us see what are we going to do. In the first step, I shall write the first term ax square as it is and the constant term c means minus 6 as it is, and middle term will be split into two parts, mx and nx, so that m and n, such that m and n, m plus n has to be equal to b. Who is b here? B is the coefficient of the middle term, which is 1, means sum of m plus n has to be equal to b, means equal to 1, and product of m and n should be equal to a into c. Who is a? 2. Who is c? Minus 6. 2 into minus 6. A is 2 and c is minus 6. So 2 into minus 6 is minus 12. So product of the two numbers m and n must be equal to minus 12 and sum should be equal to 1. That's clear. So let's find out mx and nx. Now, as I said, again start with the product. Write 12 in as many ways as possible as product of two numbers. I can write 1 and 12, 2 into 6 and 3 into 4. No more ways I can write. First, writing 12 in as many ways as possible as a product of two numbers. Second step, check which pair gives you sum or difference as 1. 12 and 1, their sum or difference will not give you 1. 2 and 6, if you take 2 plus 6 gives you 8, 6 plus 6 minus 2 gives you 4. Difference is 4, sum is 8. You don't get 1. But while taking 3 and 4, you can see you can get 1. Difference of 4 and 3 is 1. So our selected pair is this. Now let's go for product. Now we will go for the next thing, which will talk about symbols. Symbol is minus here. Product is negative. 3 into 4 gives you 12. We want minus 12. So either 3 or 4 has to be negative. So I take suppose minus 4 and 3. Minus 4 into 3 gives you minus 12. Okay, it's good. Also I can take 3 as negative and 4 as positive. It gives you also minus 12. Now, in both the case, you will get minus 12. Okay, let's check in which case we will get plus 1. Plus 1, symbol is plus. So minus 4 into 3, when you take minus 4 plus 3 gives you minus 1. So delete this pair. So this is wrong. This pair minus 3 into 4, if you take minus 3 plus 4, this gives you 1. So this is the right pair, means minus 3 and plus 4. Minus 3 let me take as m and 4 let me take as n. Minus 3 and 4, this will be the values of m and n. So I can write here in place of mx and nx, I can write minus 3 and plus 4 with x. Minus 3x plus 4x and minus 6 I have. Correct. Now, from this first group of numbers, I can take x as the common factor, maximum possible common factor from these two, and 2 is left, x is left also. Here in the second term, 3 is left, plus these two parts. Now let me take common. What is the common part? From 4 and 6, I can take 2 as a maximum common factor. 2x is left, and here minus 3 is left. So this linear binomial will be taken common now, which is 2x minus 3. 2x minus 3 common. I am left with x and plus 2. X plus 2 equals to 0. Now factorization is over. Next part is solving the equation to get the solutions or roots. So either 2x minus 3 is 0 or x plus 2 is 0. Product of these two polynomials is 0. So either this polynomial is 0 or this polynomial is 0, or both of them are 0. Now 2x is equal to, I have plus 3, minus 3 goes to other side and becomes plus 3. And here x is equal to, I have minus 2. Now x is equal to, I have 3 by 2, and here x is equal to, I have minus 2. So these are the solutions of this quadratic equation, alpha and beta. Let me write the concluding line. The solutions are alpha is equal to 3 by 2 and beta is equal to minus 2. That's clear. In case you face difficulty in this method, by if you are facing difficulty to find out the factors of 12 or finding prime factorization of 12 and getting m and n, then you can go to find out directly values of m and n by using these two formula. Okay, let's go to the next part, triple I, IV and V. So students, we are with now triple I and IV. Triple I and IV. Question number triple I is root 2 x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2. Here also we shall try to split the middle term. Is it in standard form first? Let us check it. The term with x square means ax square. Yes, it is in the first place. Then bx, then c. Alright, so middle term is 7x. Now we shall split it into two parts. And the sum of the two parts, m plus n, has to be equal to b, means which is 7. And product has to be equal to product of a and c. A is root 2, c is 5 root 2. Root 2 into 5 root 2. It gives you root 2 into 5 into root 2. Root 2 into root 2 gives you 2, and there is 5. Root 2 into root 2 gives you 2, and 5 you have. So 2 5s are 10. Means product of the two numbers m and n has to be 10, and sum of those two numbers m and n has to be 7. We will search for m and n. So as we were doing, I can write 10 as a product of two numbers in different ways. 1 into 10. I can write also 2 into 5. Now, after writing all the possible pairs, you check which pair gives you sum is equal to 7. 1 and 10 will not give you sum is equal to 7 or difference is equal to 7. But 2 and 5 will give you sum equals to 7. 2 plus 5 gives you 7. So, our two numbers will be 2 and 5. This is our selected pair. Now, let's check for the symbols. What is the symbol of the product? Positive. So 2 and 5 will be positive or negative. So if I take 2, positive 2 and positive 5, 2 and 5 can be both positive or both can be negative to give you the product 10. Okay, to give you the product equal to 10, both of them has to be positive or both of them has to be negative. So if you take both negative, then their sum will be minus 7, minus 2 plus minus 5 will give you minus 7, which is not required. We don't want that. So we will take plus 2 and plus 5. This gives you 7, and plus 2 and plus 5 gives you 10 as well. So selected numbers for m and n are 2 and 5. Let me take m as 2 and n as 5. So let me factorize now. Root 2 x square. In place of 7x, I will write the value of m and n. Mx and nx I will write. 7x will be written as mx and nx. And 5 root 2 will be copied as it is 5 root 2. So mx means 2x. I will write that. And nx means 5x. So plus 2x and plus 5x. These are the two parts that we got after splitting the middle term. Now in this step we shall now group the numbers and take common. This 2 is the first group and last two terms make the second group. From the first group of terms we shall take something common. You can see that x is already a common factor, it can be seen clearly. But from the constant from the coefficient part, what can we take common? Let me explain you. This term is root 2x square. This term is 2x. Root 2x square means root 2 into x, and 2x means I can write it as root 2 into x. 2 means root 2 into root 2 or root 2 square. Now you can see clearly x is a common factor in both the parts. 1 root 2 is also a common factor. That's it. That means root 2 and x can be taken common from both the parts. Root 2 and x we have. After taking root 2 and x as our common part, what will be left? This x in the first term and root 2 in the second term. So I will take root 2 and x as a common factor. Then what will be left in this place? In place of root 2x square? X. What will be left in place of 2x? Root 2. Okay, that is now clear. Let's go for second group of numbers. Common factor is 5. X is not there, common factor. 5 is only the common factor here. X is left from this term, and from this term root 2 is left. See, the same binomial is left now inside the bracket. Same binomial is coming common, which will be used in our next step. Okay. Now from these two parts, this common binomial x plus root 2 will be taken common. X plus root 2 when taken common, you are left with root 2x and plus 5. Root 2x plus 5 equals 0. Now, one polynomial into another is equal to 0, means either this or that is 0. So, x plus root 2 is 0 or root 2x plus 5 is 0. Now, x is equal to minus root 2 or root 2x is equal to minus 5, or we can say x is equal to minus root 2 or here x is equal to minus 5 by root 2. So the two solutions are alpha is equal to minus root 2 and beta is equal to minus 5 by root 2. So we factorized it and we found the solutions. That's clear. We shall now move into question number IV. Question number IV is slightly different. Question number IV, you can see it is 2x square minus x plus 1 by 8. Is it in standard form? Yes, it is in the standard form of quadratic polynomial, that is ax square plus bx plus c, right? So here you can see the third term or the constant term is having a fraction. Let us try to ignore or avoid fraction. To avoid or ignore fraction, what I will do? Observe here. I will multiply 8 on left hand side of this equation and right hand side of the equation. So 8 multiplied to left hand side means 8 multiplied to every term of the left hand side. So 8, or I can write like this, 2x square minus x plus 1 by 8. I multiplied 8 on left side and 8 on right side. Now it gives me 8 into 2, 16, x square, 8 into minus x, minus 8x, 8 into 1 by 8, it gives me 8 into 1 by 8 will give you 1. 8 into 1 by 8, 8 gets cancelled, you get 1. So I directly wrote 1. On right side we have 8 into 0, 0. So this is now a simplified expression. You can see here you had a fraction. Now your expression is not having any fraction, not having any denominators. So whenever you have, suppose, the denominators here in the terms, then take the LCM of all the denominators. Here one denominator was there, so I multiplied that same denominator with LHS and RHS and I got this expression. If you have one more denominator in this term or in this, then if you have more than one denominator, more than one fractions in different terms, then take the LCM of the denominators and multiply that LCM with LHS and RHS. Then you will get a quadratic polynomial, or you will get a expression where denominators will not be there, right? So students, now your equation has a quadratic polynomial which is not having any fraction, means we avoided fraction, and we have a simplified expression now, a quadratic polynomial with you. So our task is now to factorize by splitting the middle term. To split the middle term, what we shall do now, I will tell you. We are going to write mx and nx in place of minus 8x. What will be the value of mx and nx? 16x square is as it is and plus 1 will be written as it is. In place of mx and nx, what I shall write? I will use these formulas of m and n to find out the value of m and n. I will not use now this first process, the process that we applied in II and III. I will not use. I will simply go for these two formulas which are specifically for m and n. So let me use it. Who is b? Tell me. B is minus 8. So minus 8 plus square root of b square. Who is b square? Minus 8 is b, means minus 8 square. It will be 64. And what is minus 4ac? Minus 4ac. A means minus 4ac. Minus 4 multiplied with a. A means 16. And c means 1. It gives minus 64. So I have b square means 64 and minus 4ac is minus 64 by 2 is there. So I have minus 8 plus 64 minus 64 is 0. Root of 0 means 0 by 2. So I have minus 8 by 2 and then minus 4. This is value of m. What will be value of n? Let me calculate that also. As we had this root part, actually if you compare this to formula, you can see that except this plus and minus symbol, all other things are same. So I can simply take the help of this part. See, minus 8 will be there. Just remove this plus by this minus. So minus 8 plus 0 I had. Now I will have minus 8 minus 0. Okay, by 2. That means minus 8 by 2, which means minus 4. So here value of m and n both are equal. Minus 4 minus 4. Okay, I will use that. So mx means minus 4x. You do not write mx and nx here, you directly write those values. I was explaining you, that's why I was writing mx and nx to show you that when I split this, I will write mx and nx. Then I'm erasing mx and nx and I'm writing again using the value of m and n here, the exact terms. So we have minus 4x and in place of nx also minus 4x. Okay, now we shall group. Now you have 4 terms in total. Group them. This is first group, this is second group. Now we will take common from the first two. This is the first group. What is maximum common factor? Highest common factor. 4 is a factor of 16 and 4 each, and x is a common factor here also. So 4x can be taken as a common factor from both these parts. Now what is left? In place of 16 I'm left with 4. In place of x square, x. Here 1. 4x is taken common, so minus 1. If whole part, if the complete total part is taken out of a term, then in that part 1 will be left with the symbol. Here minus 4x plus 1 I have. Is there any common factor from these two? No. So I will take minus 1 as a common factor. Nothing is common. If nothing is common, then take 1 as your common factor. Here I am taking minus 1 as common factor. After taking minus 1, what will be left here? Plus 4x. In place of minus 4x, you will be left with plus 4x because you took a negative thing common. When you take a negative thing common, the terms from where you took common, they will change their symbols. Minus 4x changes to plus 4x and plus 1 becomes minus 1 equals 0. Now you can see the common binomial. This common binomial will be taken common. 4x minus 1 is taken common, and what is left? 4x minus 1. So factorization is over. Now we shall find out the solutions. 4x minus 1 is equal to 0 or 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. So we have 4x is equal to 1 or 4x is equal to 1 or x is equal to 1 by 4 or x is equal to 1 by 4. That means the solutions are alpha is equal to 1 by 4 and beta is equal to 1 by 4. So these are the two solutions. First of all, what we did in this particular question, we avoided or ignored the fraction. To do that, I multiplied 8. 8 was the denominator here. I multiplied 8 on both sides. Now the denominator is out, the fractional part is out. I have a simple quadratic polynomial. Now we split the middle term into minus 4x and minus 4x. I got this minus 4 and minus 4 by using specific formula for m and n. Then after using that, by taking common from the first group of two terms, we have this, and by taking common from the second two terms, we have this, and then simple way of solving equation gave you the two roots or solutions of the quadratic equation. X is equal to minus is 1 by 4, x is equal to 1 by 4, x is equal to 1 by 4. Both the roots are same here. So the solutions are alpha is equal to 1 by 4 and beta is equal to 1 by 4. Now we are left with B number. Let's go for it. So now we are with question number B. This is a simple question. Let us check whether it is in standard form or not. Yes, it is in standard form, ax square plus bx plus c. right? The next step, let us factorize. There are no fractional part. Let's factorize now by splitting the middle term. Middle term is minus 20x. So I can think of sum and product, or I can go directly to find m and n by using this formula. What shall I do? In the first three questions, I, double I and triple I, we solved the equation by considering these two facts, and we solved it. We found m and n. By using this formula of m and n, we solved question number IV. Now, in this particular question also, let me try to go for these two formula. If you want to go for this method, means you will split minus 20x into two parts, mx and nx, and m plus n has to be b, means minus 20, and m into n must be equal to a into c, means 100 into 1 is equal to 100. So now taking this 100 and writing it as a product of two numbers in as many ways as possible, or finding prime factorization of 100, you can find the value of m and n. If you feel any difficulty in this method, then you can use this. Okay, so either this or this method, any method that helps you, you can work. Okay, I am using this method now also. So let me try to find out m and n by taking the help of b, a and c. So again, what is b? Minus 20 plus b square minus 4ac. b is minus 20, so b square means minus 20 square. b is minus 20, so b square means minus 20 square, which is 400. And let me write here. Now let me calculate minus 4ac. Minus 4ac. So minus 4 into, what is a? A is 100. What is c? C is 1. So minus 4 into 100 into 1 means minus 400. Let me write minus 400 by 2. So you get minus 20 plus 400 minus 400 is 0. So root of 0 is 0 by 2. Minus 20 plus 0 is minus 20 by 2. That gives minus 10. Minus 10. Value of m is minus 10. Value of m is minus 10. What is n? The formula for m and n are both exactly same except this plus and minus symbol here. So you can apply, you can go to this step directly. This is representing this is representing b, this is representing b, and then we have minus root b square minus 4ac, whose value has come 0. So I am writing minus 20, but instead of plus we have minus here. Let me copy, and value of this root b square minus 4ac has come 0 by 2. So I have minus 20 by 2, that's minus 10. Value of n is also minus 10. Let us start factorizing. Let me split the middle term. 100x square will be kept as it is. Minus 20x will be split into two parts, and we shall write mx and nx as you know it. You don't write this when you are doing practically in your question. In fair, when you are doing, you don't write mx and nx like this. I'm going to erase it and write again. To explain you, I have mentioned here. So in place of mx, I will write minus 10x because m is minus 10. So in place of mx, minus 10x. Now in place of nx, n is minus 10. So nx means minus 10x plus 1 equals to 0. Now we have four terms. These two makes the first group. These two terms make the second group. From the first group, you can see the highest common factor is 10x. So you are left with 10 in place of 100, and 1x is left in place of x square. Minus 10x. From minus 10x, already 10x is taken common. So minus is left, and nothing is here, means 1 is left. Now from these two parts, there is nothing common. No common factor exists from 10x and 1. So I will take 1 common with minus symbol. With minus symbol, if I take common, then these two parts will be written with opposite symbol. So this first part will be positive, second part was plus, so it will be negative. What is left in place of 10x? Because 1 is taken common, so in place of 10x, 10x itself is left. And this plus, if I omit, there is no problem. It means plus 10x. Now, in place of 1, what is left? Because 1 is taken common, so in place of 1, same, 1 is left. Remember, when you are taking something with negative symbol as your common part, then the terms from where you have taken common, the remaining part of those two terms will be written with opposite symbol. Like this minus has been converted here into plus, plus is now written with minus. It is because when you multiply back minus 1 with 10x, you get again minus 10x, minus 1 with minus 1 gives you plus 1. Clearly understood now? So now you can see in this part what we have, 10x multiplied with this binomial, minus 1 multiplied with this binomial. This binomial part is common in these two parts. So 10x minus 1, that binomial I have taken common. After taking 10x minus 1, what is left? 10x in the first part and minus 1 in the second part is equal to 0, right? So we have now two factors. We have factorized now our quadratic polynomial. Now we will find out the solutions. We will write 10x minus 1 is equal to 0. The first polynomial is equal to 0, or the second polynomial is equal to 0. 10x minus 1 is equal to 0. 10x is equal to minus 1 becomes plus 1 on the right side, and here also minus 1 becomes plus 1. Now x is equal to 1 by 10, and here x is equal to 1 by 10. Because you had the same factors, you get the same solutions. Okay, means same values of alpha and beta. The two roots are same when you have the same factors. Let me conclude with the last line. The solutions are alpha is equal to 1 by 10 and beta is equal to 1 by 10. Correct? So this is how we complete question number 1. In question number 1, you are given 5 questions, I, II, III, IV and V. We solved all these quadratic equations by factorization method. By splitting the middle term, we factorized it and then we found the solution of the quadratic equations. The solutions alpha and beta in each number we found out. Okay, in few numbers like I, II and III, we applied this method. Means we try to understand that value of m and n. While finding value of m and n, we took care that m plus n is b and product of m and n must be equal to a into c. And considering these two facts, we found out the value of m and n. Okay, and then we placed in place of the middle term and we factorized it. And also in IV and V number, we did not go for this process. We took direct formula of m and n to find out the value of m and n. And after finding m and n, we applied them in the question in place of middle term, and then we factorized it and found the solution of the quadratic equation. So this is how we solved question number 1. We will solve question number 2 in our next class. If there is any mistake in my calculations or in process, then please comment me in the comment section. And if you have any doubts in any particular part, or if you have not understood factorization method or anything, then please comment me in the comment section. I shall explain that in some other video. And see you again in the next class, where we shall solve question number 2 from exercise 4.2. Till then, take care of yourself, keep watching my videos. See you in next class. Thank you.